Have you been able to come back to America? Have you been able? What do you mean? I'm able. I have 3 years visa, American visa. I can come. But now tourism cancel. I can't. What's wrong with the internet? Lots of history here. I agree. I love it. Come to Chicago, Chicago. Is Russia hit with the coronavirus? The situation here is actually getting worse and worse, but our government doesn't care about people, so they said, go to work. It's time to go to work because we don't have any money to pay you for sitting at home. It's kind of bad. Hi, Los Angeles. Did he at least let me inside? You will see next episode. Oh my god, everything so fast. Only my internet is very slow. Would I do another reality show? I'm done with them. I'm working, but not as hard as I used to because my radio show, they mm, decided to like cut it partly, so we have 50% less job. Is it okay? I like see that my video is always stuck. Hi, Debbie. Um, what advice I can, people who are through the heartbreak, what advice can I give to people? Oh, I can tell what helped me some time ago. Um, my friends, this is my pills, my drugs, my constant help. My friends who deal with my tears, with alone speaking, and like you need to speak out to everything. Just don't hold inside of you. Just find a person who cares, support you, and mm, be close to your you love. Uh, and then find you a hobby. When I switched my attention to something different, it totally healed my heart. But in time, it took half a year for me to get back to the normal life. But that was fun, lots of fun. My best friend Ju, by the way, you know her. She helped me a lot. We went to Moscow almost every weekend and party so hard, so crazy. This is the brightest memories in my life, actually. So, oh, what's this? How did I get it? Oh my God. Okay, I will get a little princess. I can say if we're still together or not. Hi, Massachusetts. Mm, I want to add someone. Jessica. Let's try with you. I guess my internet is so bad that I can't even join anyone. Can't even put anyone here. Add. Привет!
Oh,
Hey!
Varya, we did this.
Hi, but I can't.
How
Hi!
are you?
Woohoo! Yeah, I'm
From
great.
Florida. How are you?
Oh,
What time is it?
you're from there. It's a
Yeah, well,
sign. It's a sign.
California. You see?
Where are you?
Naples, Florida. Close to
Naples.
Miami. Yes,
Wow,
by Miami.
Miami. Sounds good.
Come
Lots
down.
of Russians live in Miami.
What time is it there?
So, here
What
is
time?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.? Oh,
Mhm.
Varya, I'm sorry.
It's still early for me
Jeffrey's
to go.
I'm
What?
just saying, I know that you have so much good coming to you. You have such a beautiful soul. You have a good family. You
Oh,
just
thank you.
have so much good coming to you. I know you do.
Thank you. You're a very sweet person. What is your name, by the way?
Jessica.
Oh, Jessica, sure.
Yeah.
So, did you see the last episode?
Yes, I cannot believe that. I wanted to be there with you, jumping in there and beating up Mary. I can't believe him. And two,
Oh, yeah.
is the show set up? Like they lied. They said 3 weeks. Was it really 3 months? You
Oh,
said 3 months.
it was 3 months actually, because you get visa in 3 weeks. It's impossible. I get in 2 weeks, but it's impossible for me just to earn so much money for that travel
Of course.
and come.
Of course. Is your show online? Like, can viewers, your radio show, can viewers in the US listen to it?
I'm not sure now because they broke something, some stuff to translate it online, and now due to the pandemic, can't change it because they need to go to Moscow, and then I feel all this COVID is over. We
Yeah.
will
Oh,
do that.
I'm sure you'll get a lot of US citizens listening in to you, to your radio station.
Who has no idea what I am saying in Russian, right?
But they should translate it for us.
Oh, it's Russian. It's only. It's just in
Oh,
Russian.
okay.
Oh, so
Oh, thank you for picking me.
uh, repeat, please.
Oh, I said thank you for picking me. It's
Oh,
Varya.
you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome always. Have a
We
good
love
day,
the show.
Jessica.
You too.
Good.
You're our favorite, Varya. Thank you.
Keep watching the show.
Oh, I will. Thank you, Varya.
Mhm. Are you considering returning with work school visa? No, I have a tourist visa. Why should I do anything else? I can stay in States, like, at least a couple months. Um, Legally, I can stay there half a month, half a year, but nobody recommends to stay that long because next time you come, they could turn you back, kick you out of the country. So I can stay there for a month at least next time. Mary is not the bad guy here. Geoffrey is. You dodged the bullet. A girl who tries to at the beginning who tries to turn my man back and ruin and just took part in this relationship. I think it's not normal. I never tried to do that with other people. Like, I prefer to stay, to be patient, to just watch from the side how it turns out. And then maybe if I feel like this man could likes me as a woman, I could move, do something. So, my honest opinion of Mary, I don't like she's beautiful. I don't like that. And you should watch next episode to see my reaction and my maybe opinion. Girl power. Mary's basic. Basic was basic. Yes, you were screaming. I was screaming. I don't remember. My reaction was like don't even remember. My mind was like, oh. I don't know how to argue in a real life. I didn't have so many fights in my life with women for a man, like never. So I remember I had a heart attack at that moment. My hands were shaking, like even my voice, and the wind was in my head. Like, what to say, how to react. That was horrible, horrible, horrible. I just wanted everything to be over. Just. Did I meet his son? So you will see. Oh yeah, thank you for wanting to hug me. I needed that a lot. Geoffrey definitely kissed me back when I showed up, and he was shocked. He was like, the best protection, from in the awkward situation is a smile. That's why he was. I think there was no thought in his head how to how to escape this situation. Oh, I find a way to get rid of this. He wasn't using protection. Do you mean a mask with gloves? You feel bad for Mary because Geoffrey made up. If a woman doesn't want to be dependent, nobody can make her. Oh my God, I need some person here to ask me questions because I can't deal Wait, messages. Sorry. Not that good. I know, tell all.
Эй, Варя, привет с Вашингтона. Как дела?
Привет! О, давай только на английском, наверное, потому что
Yes,
мне кажется,
please.
сейчас половина будут просто напрягать, говори.
Okay, we'll speak in English. So I'm touching my American work. So we're watching the show. We love you. We really love you. We were like yesterday, Geoffrey, oh my God, he's such an asshole. Like, seriously, asshole. If you're planning to move on with your life, at least text you or call you and tell, like, listen, Varya, I know the whatever happened between us, I'm really sorry, but I'm planning to have someone, like, I'm starting my new relationship, please. And so like that, you'll not even come, you know?
He should have told me about this new relationship. What he did in Russia, like everything was on emotions. They got a lot of emotions. There was much more tea than you saw. Much more. It was horrible, horrible.
Like yesterday,
Я на 200, наверное.
Yesterday he was live. Me and my boyfriend were commenting on him. He was like, we just gave him hard time. We were just like left and right. Okay, just be honest, you know, like, oh, I love her so much. And when what I was the most pissed off, he said that you rejected his proposal. Everyone saw this. You didn't say no. You said not now. I'm sorry, how you can marry someone and say yes, like when he came, like for what? For 2 weeks? You just know a person for 2 weeks and you have to say yes straight away? Like, come on, it's a marriage. It's not like you are buying a dress.
And it's not like, the first marriage, you know,
and
for both of us.
Like, he pretended like he's so sad that you broke his heart. Oh my God, if you broke his heart so hard, how you can move on after 2 weeks? Seriously?
3 months.
3 months, like seriously, like, oh, she broke my heart. Oh, she said, like, crying. It's bullshit. Like, it's all for the show, you know, like all, you know, people to feel pity about him. Right?
Partly, right? Some stuff is like editing.
Yes.
So you have not the exact picture, but most of what I agree, most of everything. Mm-hmm. We have the same mentality, and I think something was between us, and I just didn't understand why.
So I hope when the show will finish, everyone just like to say like what really happened in between, you know, like between the lines, because I'm sure like they're not showing everything. But did Geoffrey got married 4 times? Was he married 4 times?
No. 3.
No? 3 times.
3 times. Oh.
4 times.
No, people say many stuff. No, none of them.
Really?
Not none of them. Most of them are
times, and
rumors.
It should be a clue. It should be a clue as well to say not now, because if the person was married 4 times, you know, I'm not judging, like not judgment, but still like have to rethink and think. Like
yeah, and I wanted to see by my own situation down there, like in Knoxville. What is he living? Where is he living? Does he do for live life? Like.
But are you planning to come to States? If you please, can you come and visit us in Washington? We really like you. We really like you. Like,
Washington D.C. or
yes,
it's Washington State.
Washington D.C.
Wow, that's
all historical. Like, yes, we're moving now soon. We don't have kids, nothing. We're just getting, like, we got engaged. We'll get married in the end of June. So, and we are moving on 1st of June to a big house. because will have a Jack Russell Terrier dog, small puppy,
Oh,
and they're so
oh,
active and they need a big
they are.
yard to play. So yeah, so we're renting big house. It's only me and him, so you can come anytime and visit and stay with us.
Oh,
We will
cute.
show you
It's
around. Like
really
seriously, we'll be more than happy.
yeah.
I wish my boyfriend would be here, but he's a pilot. He's flying now. Yeah,
Oh,
so
is he American?
he's American. He's
Hey, this
half
is Geoffrey.
Brazilian, half American. His mom is Brazilian and dad is American.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
we've been working together in Middle East. I was flight attendant and
Hey,
he
this is
was a
Geoffrey
pilot. So
Paschal.
like that, we met up.
Oh, such a
Yeah,
sweet
yes,
love
yes, kind
story.
of a nice story. Yes, kind. But they say you don't. How you say you don't
Слушай,
shit when
ну
you eat?
это прям такая, знаешь, такая попсовая история,
Да.
красивая, любви. How many years have you been living in America?
In America, like this, I've been coming and going, like you on B1, B2 visa. I have been coming and going, coming and coming, because we've been living together in Middle East, you know. So we were just coming to visit his parents and everything.
Все, я поняла.
So just
But where?
in March, we started to
Country?
live from March here,
Oh,
because
and what
he
country?
moved to States in December. He moved. He's originally from Florida, Melbourne. It's like just 30 minutes to Orlando. So he found a job here in DC, Washington DC. So he moved here in December, and on March I just.
And you're listening to the Dominic Nadi Show.
How much time elapsed from you leaving Russia to you being on a date with Mary?
From what you saw, it was roughly about 3 months. It was Mary's birthday. That's when I went. That's why I took her to dinner. That's why I gave her flowers. You know, the conversation moved into something more romantic, and it kind of went from there. And then pretty much Varya showed up the next day. So it was like a spontaneous thing going.
Like, did the producer say, "Hey, somebody's coming"? Do you have any sort of?
No. This was a complete surprise, 100%. I know it. People. I hear people say, "Oh, this is so staged. This is so fake." Completely. I was caught in the moment. You saw my shit-eating grin on. I was like, I didn't know what to do. It felt like my heart went down to my toes. But it was completely in that moment, and Mary was still at my house from the night before. So.
Oh, okay. So you guys consummated the relationship on her birthday.
About consummation. We hung out that night. She came over. She drank a little bit, so I didn't let her drive, kind of thing. And we hung out.
Sitting there, heard a knock at the door. I had no idea
And so the doorbell rang, and I assumed it was production because they were going to come over and film some B-roll. Film me doing whatever. The thing about it is they had no idea Mary was there. They had zero idea themselves. So there was no communication in that because they were tending to Varya, bringing Varya out and filming Varya. And they told me, hey, we're going to be there in 30 minutes, open the gate, tie up the dog, whatever, which I did all that. Went back in the house, hung out, talked a little bit. Heard the doorbell ring. I answered the door, and lo and behold, my door panel is translucent, so you can't really see through it. You can see through it, but you can't see what's on the other side, basically.
Right.
So I answered the door thinking it was production, and it was Varya with her, surprise! What do I do?
Were you thinking about her at all at that moment, or did you completely moved on?
No, like the show was, in my mind, the show was wrapped. We're just tying up loose ends, and that's what I was told anyway. And then with Mary going on, 3 months. I wasn't in mourning. It's like nobody died in that sense. It was just me getting over, moving past. It wasn't a rebound because I was with Mary long ago and first. So if anything, I was rekindling, and basing it off the emotions I was feeling. And so when, Varya showed up again, it was kind of like, what the hell, what do I do? And plus she had been messaging me, for the past several weeks to a month. I'd been ignoring her or sending this she's like, hey, how's your day? I'm like, hi, fine. Just kind of really low key, kind of let it die down. I don't feel like I broke up with her when I left. I feel like she ended the relation. Like, this is all set that we're going to go there, that, potential marriage is in the forecast one day, we're going to get engaged, whatever. And, with that said, with her turning me down with a not now. So I was done. I just couldn't do it anymore. I put so much into it, and I didn't feel like I got it back.
Is Mary at your house now, or are you guys?
No, Mary's not at my house now.
Okay, you're not spending like every night together? Yeah.
No, Mary's not at my house.
Now, what about the charges against you? Like, do you feel like you're going to beat these charges?
I don't feel like I'm going to. I know I'm going to.
You're going to.
I know the truth. And that's, you got all these people putting all this press and this negativity and whatever else out there. I know what happened. I was there, and I'm ready to face it. And every time my court date gets put off, specifically due to the pandemic, I'm pushing it, trying to get the quickest court date that I can and get this stuff over with.
That's you, right?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
So I'm trying my best to push off or get this court date over with as fast as possible, because I have everything I need to exonerate me. And this is all just a ploy. This is all just an agenda to try to make me lose custody of my child.
And then your attorney feels confident too, and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
When I first got arrested in June, it was for domestic assault, which is bad in itself, but it's a misdemeanor. They offered for me to plead guilty. They tried to drop the charges, but the victim didn't want to drop it, so she pressed forward, and they offered me no punishment whatsoever, just to have it on my record. I said no, absolutely not. And they said, if you don't take it, we're going to take it to the grand jury. We'll try to trump up the charges. We'll try to get you kidnapping. We'll try to get you. It's like, you do whatever the hell you want to do. I am not accepting anything other than a full exoneration. So that's what they did.
What about the tell-all? Like, is there a tell-all coming? Were you not invited to the tell-all? And I mean, what is going on there with that?
That's correct. I feel that the network has bowed down to the pressure of a few thousand people, as opposed to the 3.3 million people that watch the show, which is unfortunate. We're in a different time now. The whole Me Too movement and whatever. So there's a lot of pressure to cower to the minority in wanting to make sure that they're not making the wrong decision. They didn't want to get into a lot of the legal stuff, so I didn't I didn't give a lot of the legal stuff to them.
If you're not going to be invited to the tell-all, like when are you going to do a tell-all, or was there anything that you'd like to say where it's like, at the tell-all, I'd like to clear this up? Like, what things are on your mind?
Well, there's a lot on my mind, and I'm going to release my own tell-all, to my YouTube channel. So subscribe, and I'm going to let it all be known there. And we'll dish out. We're going to have several people on to explain a lot of the situation that's going on.
What was the hardest comments to hear, or in the DMs or the comments that were negative about you?
There's a lot of stuff that really hurt me. I mean, there's people that, when you're down at your lowest, there's people saying, hey, go kill yourself, end it all, all this stuff. And it's like, it eats in you. And you're like, well, maybe I should kill myself. Maybe that's the right answer. You think about this stuff, not that I ever would, but you still dwell on that. And you have people talking about my son that passed away, it affects me tremendously, which I don't understand how somebody, especially the mothers and fathers, can say this about, to a person, maybe your son's better off, this and that. And I'm like, I may not be violent, but I will be violent with you if I ever see you, kind of thing. And it's sad that people resort to such negative and this bullying type of personality when it's just unneeded. If people really knew, if there was a fly on a wall and if they were a fly on a wall and they could see this stuff going on, then they'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But all these people, when I am vindicated, I don't think they're going to apologize. I'll never get an apology from these people, which is sad.
Let me ask you about some of the other couples, like with Big Ed and and everything that he's doing. Like, what is your take on that relationship?
I mean, I'll just put it bluntly. I'm a blunt person. I like to put it bluntly. I think he's a pervert. I think it's I think it's disgusting the way that he treats her. I think that he's manipulating her. I believe, and take note, I am based and edited to look a certain way on TV, so I get that, and he probably is too, and I'm sure he's provoked or pushed to do certain things. But even with if Varya was in a situation where I didn't even like her, let's say after the proposal when she said not now, I'm not going to go on there and say, hey, your breath stinks and you need to brush your teeth more and use some Listerine. Here, I brought you this. I'm not going to do that. That's just common sense. It's common sense that you don't do that to somebody. And I think he lacked a little common sense in those scenes.
Yeah, and I could say this: you shouldn't because you're not, but I'm fat, and fat people should not be criticizing other people's looks. So it's like there's a lot he could work on first before throwing out criticism. So what about Usman and baby girl Lisa? I think you're close with Lisa, if I'm right.
I adore Lisa. I think Lisa's a Lisa's a cannon. I mean, she really is. But she's awesome. She has a great heart, and she really loves that man. I mean, she sincerely really loves that man. And as for Usman, I don't talk to him a lot. I get little snippets. I see conversations and whatnot, but I question him. I want to believe that he's in it for love, but then you just kind of weigh all the options. You really don't know.
I was surprised to hear that you feel like she's really in love because it seems sometimes that these are just an even trade, and
I see behind the scene. I talk to Lisa, and I see her heartache and her stuff that she's going through, and what she says about Usman, and like she called me today. I know she's in love with this guy. I have no doubt about that. My question is whether Usman is totally into it, whether he's playing the field, whether he's serious about taking on 7 wives or whatever it is. I don't think Lisa really wants to be a part of that. She'll joke about it, but who really wants to be a part of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what about obviously David and Lana? The last couple I want to ask you about. I mean, what is going through your mind when you're watching them on TV?
When I'm watching him on TV, I think he's a poor soul. But knowing I'm seeing what he's putting out now, like this, a lot of stuff's edited. That's not the way it went. She never said that. So all this stuff. So it makes me think that Lana is in it for some reason. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's for the Lamborghini he's standing beside. I don't know, but I believe that she's totally in it, and I believe that we'll see more of her.
Are you in a committed relationship right now?
I'm not even going to answer that.
Okay. But would you ever consider another dating reality show? Like, would you ever consider being The Bachelor?
I would definitely, if things don't work out for me and where the season ends, I would obviously. I got a lot of baggage though, so there's not going to be any way that I'd ever be The Bachelor. But maybe some spin-off of The Bachelor, I could do that.
Who would you say would be your least favorite cast member from watching this season?
It'd have to be Williams.
Williams, wherever he is or whoever he is, it's Williams. That's a tough one too. So I mean, is she getting catfished?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Of course she is. The guy with the English accent that's clearly from Nigeria? Absolutely.
Why would you even look overseas to begin with? Because that's kind of a thing, I mean, you're a good-looking guy, and there's plenty of women in America. Like, how does this happen where you get caught up with a foreigner?
Well, it honestly, it was an ad that popped up on my screen over the top of something I believe it was on Yahoo. I was reading a Yahoo article, and it was, find your Russian beauty or whatever it is. I'm like, I'm going to try this. So I clicked on it, and when I did, it brought me to the site, and 3 or so days later, I connected with Varya, and it kind of went from there. I had no intentions whatsoever of really meeting somebody, but it happened.
Geoffrey, thank you so much for being on the show today.
I appreciate.
Geoffrey is an idiot. Complete idiot. Can you guys hear me? I see the mic thing moving. Give me a sign, all 7 people. Can you hear me? All right, don't tell me. Thank you. It's about time, Mod. Who you guys want to see next? Should we find something on big old no neck Ed? He's such an idiot, though. I can't stand Geoffrey. He's not a bad looking guy either. He's just an idiot. All right, let me see who I can find next. Got one. Hold on.
Hey, it's baby girl Lisa, and
And we got Lisa next. Go, Lisa. Go, Lisa.
we're watching the Dominic Naughty Show.
You know, we're friends on Instagram. We've been messaging a lot, and I noticed that you've been receiving a lot of hate on social media. So why are the fans so upset with you? And have you been receiving any death threats?
Yes,
Because
I've
she's
been
an
receiving a
asshole.
lot of death threats and a lot of hate due to fans that completely obsessed over a show. I guess it's to the quarantine that they continuously watch it over and over. I'm a 53-year-old woman married to a 31-year-old man. So, you know, there's a lot of hate there because my husband's very good looking.
You've admitted to calling your husband the N-word. So what is
Lisa, I have to let you know a little secret, honey. People hate you because you're a fucking bitch. That's why nobody likes you, Lisa. Has nothing to do with your husband. Everybody loves him.
your side to calling Usman the N-word? And have you called him this on more than one occasion?
No, that word was used out of context. It was used out of stupidity. My husband accepted my apology, but the haters don't. They want to ride it out to no end. So, as pertaining to other very famous people that do entertainment, they said just let it die down. Let the haters just subside. And the ones that are riding it are the ones who are trying to become popular like you. That is their goal.
Yeah.
And by any means, they're going to do it. So I'm just going to ignore those haters. I've acknowledged it. I've made a public apology on another podcast interview, and it was posted to my IG. It was seen by all my fans, but it's still not good enough.
I mean, do you want to say like what was it? Did you get in a fight and then they slipped out, or
Yes.
Yeah.
It slipped out because it was something stupid that it was between my husband and I, and one person picked up on it and she ran with it. So continue running and we'll see where it falls.
So is this your first time dating outside your race?
So I dated many races, not just one particular race.
Okay.
It was all one. The connection between me and him didn't matter what color.
Right. Are you a Trump supporter?
Lord, no, I can't wait to get rid of that. Dominic. I want to go on Twitter and say, vote for the next president because he's made my life and my husband's quite difficult, as you know.
But you are married. I mean, because you've been referring to him as your husband on social media. So you guys.
That's correct.
Did you get married in America? Or
no, sir.
No. Okay. So you got married there in Africa.
Everything shows in Nigeria. Everything will show.
Gotcha. Okay. So actually, the fans, I don't know if you saw this from my post, but the fans are wanting me to host the next Tell All. I guess it's already been recorded, but I was wondering, what do you think of that?
So awesome.
Yes,
that would be so cool, Dominic, because season 5 is going to be, recorded soon. That
Yeah.
would be so cool if you do the tell. I think
I
you'd
would
be an
love to.
excellent host, and the cast would love you because you are very well recognized by TLC cast.
Yeah.
Because we're like a family, present and past. We're very tight knit because they've all experienced this level to some extreme.
Yeah. I would love to. I'm super flattered that the fans like think I should host it. I'm such a huge fan of the show, and all the cast members have been great. So I have Lisa's blessings. So I appreciate that.
Exactly. I didn't even have to buy you a goat. I didn't even have to buy you a goat for your blessing.
That's right. No.
How's that?
No goats. Yeah. I don't know what I would do with that.
No goats.
But so do you feel that you were edited fairly? And what are some things that viewers didn't get to see that are behind the scenes?
Usman and I have been together 3 years. We'll be married a year in August.
How often are you and Usman having sex? And is this the best sex of your life? Huh? Everybody wants to know.
Everybody wants to know because, they didn't understand what Usman said on the show, that I'm 70% good. Okay? To him, he thought he was being kind about it. He did not realize it would be offensive to Americans. I'm like, Usman, I said, you just insulted all the women in America. I said, when you said about a big belly, and he laughed, he said, I'm so sorry, my wife. He said, I thought I was okay. He said, I'm finding out it's biting me in the ass.
Yeah. So
the funny part is, Nigerian men prefer heavy-set women. Truly, they do. But the intimate part of our relationship, we blended 2 cultures together, 2 countries together, and we came together. How's that?
We came together. Yeah. Sorry, I'll stop. I'm
sorry, I couldn't resist. Dominic, you asked the question. You know already, baby Lisa can be very sassy, very spicy.
Right. But the sex is good. You have no complaints in the intimacy department. Everybody.
No. Usman and I are very happy with our sex life.
Yes. Okay. Now, I got to clear up everything. So, are you guys planning on having children right away, or are you even pregnant right now?
No, I'm not pregnant right now. You don't get this marshmallow belly from starving yourself and eating salads. I'm sorry, I like food. And he's known that for 3 years, so hey, it is what it is. As far as children, we're definitely going to try. And if it does not happen, in Nigeria, he is entitled to take 4 wives, but people don't understand the complete law of that. I am the first wife. I carry the highest title. The second, third, fourth are below. So he may take a second wife as long as he can take care of my house, my bills, and I live comfortably. I don't have to pay for anything. He has to pay for it all before he can take a second wife.
So if you're unable to have children, then it's okay for him. Then he's allowed to take other wives, but you'll always be at the top wife.
Yes.
Okay.
Before he could even take a second wife, he has to be able to provide for me everything. And only at that time, we're talking a house, car, insurance, utility bills. People don't get that part of it. So for him to take a second wife, if we cannot conceive, he has to be able to financially stand ground that he's able to take care of 2 households.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and you're okay with that? You realize that's part of the culture, and
it's part of the culture, and I knew that since we've been together 3 years. It's not like I just met him 30 days ago and went to Nigeria and said, oh, I'm in love with Soulja Boy. I'm going to marry this, local celebrity. Oh, yeah. No, it was nothing like that. I knew him for 3 years. I knew that my brother-in-laws, my mother-in-law, so this was something I already knew what was coming. But the show and the fans make it, blah, they blow it up. So, it's okay. Take a deep breath. I know what's coming.
Right. Now, he's not there, obviously. I mean, when are you guys going to be living together? When is that plan on happening?
As soon as the quarantine lifts, I'm going back to Nigeria.
Is he not going to move here? Are you thinking of moving there permanently?
Well, what happens right now, Trump has banned anyone from Nigeria coming into the United States. Our lawyer's working on his visa. And that's all I really can state at this time.
Okay, gotcha. But so at this time that you guys are away, do you believe that Usman is being faithful to you right now?
Yes. Anytime he calls me or I call him, we automatically answer no matter where we're at. If we're in the bathroom, the shower, we stop what we're doing and hit that video button so we can talk to one another. So at any given time, he can ring my phone. Like right now, he's probably like, oh, let me hit this button. Who's she talking to?
Don't worry, Usman. I'm not taking your girl. We're just doing an interview. But you said, I think you said in a DM yesterday that he was excited about you coming on this show, right?
Yes, because I told him how big the show is and the opportunity it is for me to do this interview with you. The one that really shocked me, I didn't know who she was because I don't watch TV that often. JoJo Siwa.
Yeah. Yeah.
She reached out to me personally on DM to wish her mother a happy Mother's Day. So I did that. JoJo is the sweetest girl. She just turned 17. Her birthday passed. I sent her a birthday wish. She was so excited. It amazes me, all these people, because I'm the one who's starstruck. They're the ones that love the show, but I'm the one's like, oh my God, all these people, what do I do?
I know. Yeah.
Because it's funny, because Chrissy Teigen, I love her and her husband. Mason is behind doing all the cameo things. If you saw, Big Ed did a cameo for her, Usman did a cameo, and then Mason had me do a cameo. I said, how hard do you want me to go at Chrissy Teigen on the cameo? And we're texting back and forth. He said, oh my God. He said, she's a huge fan. I said, let me have fun with it. I wanted to look for a robe. Couldn't find a judge's robe because we're in quarantine. But she loved the cameos. And that was so much fun. I told Mason, I said, if you can get John Legend to do a rendition of my song, tell Chrissy I'll do cameos all year long, every day.
Now, you're in a legal dispute with a blogger named Amber. So you said she's stalking you. What is the situation today with this girl, Amber, and is her life in danger? I mean, what is going on? Are you still in a legal dispute with her?
My life has become endangered. My child's life has become endangered because she wants to be a blogger. She point blank said on an interview with Katong yesterday, she will not stop doing what she's doing to me. So with that being said, I'll state no more.
Okay. Do you have any concern that Usman is using you to come to America?
That a lot of people are saying.
Right.
Now, let's get real here. All right, if he wanted a green card, do you not think he would have done it 3 years ago when we met?
What are your thoughts on Big Ed and Rose? Like, what do you feel? What do you think while you're watching him? Do you have opinions about Big Ed?
I didn't like what he was doing to Rose. I don't like the comments he made to her, being that he was over there in her country and the way it panned out. I can tell you honestly, I had many thank you letters from the Philippines, friends of Rose, because her English is very hard. She thanked me personally for standing up for her.
I know Geoffrey said that he felt like Ed was a pervert. I mean, do you get that vibe from him that he's kind of like Courtney said he's like a sex traffic, like our sex tourist? I mean, do you get that vibe where he's just kind of in this for foreign sex?
I don't know if it was just for foreign sex. I believe he may have had good intentions, but it got twisted somewhere in his mind, and he really came across the screen as the worst American man anyone would ever meet through the world, because he insulted the woman.
Lisa, I don't want to burst your bubble, but you came across as the worst controlling American woman out there. You are not a good representation of an American woman. Just saying there, Lisa, babe.
What about David and Lana? I mean, what do you think about
that? Was a very unique storyline, because I really thought his storyline was going to fall along like Caesar. There was no woman. I really thought, okay, there's not going to be a Lana. So when she showed up, I was like, wow, she is real. I mean, I was shocked myself. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for the there's no woman, and here she is. So I'm really interested to see how it pans out for David, because he's been with her for many years.
Yeah.
Many years, and spent a lot of money, talking with her. So I hope everything works out for him.
I don't know about her though, because she's like, I think she's paid to talk to him. Is that how those work?
That is what I was told, that it was from what the show aired, that he paid thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars for this communication. And I was shocked. I'm like, in fact, I told David, I said, if you want to spend that kind of money, hey, you can be my sugar daddy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
You
So
can be your sugar daddy, right? You
yeah,
can-
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll be gay.
Wait.
Whatever for yeah.
We're good with it, you know.
I got a price. Yeah. So was it over $100,000 he paid just to talk to her?
I'm not sure what the total figure was. You know how editing is; they kind of make it always seem exaggerated. But you know, that's what he chose in life. And hey, we all have our niches in life. I
Yeah.
just know for a fact I would have never spent thousands of dollars to talk to Soldier Boy. No.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that brings me to this another point here. And I'm sorry I'm jumping around on you.
Well, let's do it.
It's, women in the United States need to learn and understand, because I am 53 years old. I'm considered a cougar. Okay. I've dated many young men, younger than Usman. And in his culture, it's acceptable for a Muslim man to date an older woman of Christian faith.
But you're a Christian, right? And I actually went to ministry school. I didn't go to school for communications. I mean, isn't it difficult for people that are Christian to see you just be like, all right, I'll just do this, some of these Muslim rituals, I mean, wouldn't that be going against your faith? Did you ever feel that way?
My Christianity, and like I said, Usman and I discussed this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
I lost faith for some time. I had went a full pregnancy, and the day of delivery, my daughter died 2 hours prior to delivery. So I didn't believe in God at that time. I was like, there's no God. Why would you do this to me? So I was just struggling with my own faith, and Usman and I said, tell me more about the Islamic religion. So I will do my conversion when Usman is here in the United States or when I travel back. That what you saw was truly the beginning of my conversion into the Islamic religion. My name now is Fatima Lisa Renee Umar.
Baby girl Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much. Stay blessed, stay safe, and love, peace, and happiness from Baby Girl Lisa.
Baby girl.
Your baby girl Lisa's whacked. Oh, I'm gonna take you down. LOL, I'm going all the way down on you. Oh, by the way, to answer Dave's question, it depends on who it is. That's my answer to that question. I was listening to it while I was barbecuing on my new grill. But that was the answer. Depends who the person is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you weren't in Dave's stream. And yes, Bad Wolf, I saw your comment. I ignored it. I know I wasn't emailing you a half hour later. So sit on that one, bitch. It doesn't look like he left yet. All right. What do we got? Let's find one more. And then we'll go live on my main channel. No naked. Oh, we got another one from this one. Oh, wait, maybe not. Hold on.
I think you're not.
Bear with me, people. Damn.
What's up, KNR Squad?
There's nothing here. Mm-mm-mm.
It's my hair. I can't even say I don't like this. I don't have the viewfinder. Welcome to my channel. Might or might not be better.
Come on, I want video. I guess we're shut out of luck here. Wow, he didn't even answer. Sucker. You guys better use your troll accounts and subscribe. That's all I gotta say. I'm still at 99. All right. Letha, did you ever see when we found out Lana was real? Have you seen that? Farmers over 50? Oh, you know where we could send Dave? Oh, you never saw the whole Dave and Lana thing? The meeting? Hold on. Wow, you're like way behind.
that her? Oh my God. That's her. That is her. Oh my God. Next time on Before the 90 Days.
Varya's been constantly texting me.
Table for two.
I want to put that whole situation behind me.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know if this relationship is salvageable, but I love her. Here we are.
I reached out to Williams. I care about, Williams a lot, and I care about him telling me the truth.
Are you still in love with me?
Mommy's gonna do the miracle mask. I need a miracle in my life right now. Ever since the breakup, I've been empowered.
Taj obviously loves his dad, and the last thing I want to do is create issues.
I love you, baby. I already see you soon, okay?
So filing the K-1 visa may not be in our future.
I love Rose, and I don't want our relationship to end like this. So I'm gonna see if she'll talk to me.
Nothing in the past even matters. Hey!
Why you going? I'm leaving. I don't need your boo. I don't need your
All right, you guys ready?
Channel, or welcome back, everyone. This is a doll collecting channel, doll role play channel, baby doll, realistic baby dolls, to anyone that's clicking on due to the title. This is not real, it's acting, it's role play. All right, so let's get down to it. Breast or bottle for your reborn? So this is a hot topic that came up that I just finished a little while ago doing a live stream on, that everyone that was in there took part in, and it was a really, really great conversation, and we all had different opinions on, is breastfeeding your doll for role play going too far? I say no, and I'm going to and I am also breastfeeding a doll. So if this is offensive to you, or you are offended to see a little bit of cleavage, time to tune out, because I'm about to take the blanket off and let you all have a peek at the baby that I am pretending to breastfeed. Time to click off. You're not ready. Okay, whew. Here we are. So this is Gideon. He is my newest addition to my nursery. He is the Mick Sculpt by Adri Stoetti, and his artist is Yvonne Nather of HBN Art Dolls. He's a painted hair baby, absolutely beautiful. He's a preemie baby, and he fits rather nicely for this simulation. So the topic came up because a picture was shown of a woman on Instagram, took a picture of herself breastfeeding a reborn doll, which I have also done a photo shoot with several dolls. I actually had a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you about that in a few minutes. And it circulated, and everyone kind of shared their opinions on whether they felt that that was, taking things too far or not. And of course, it's kind of shocking when you first see. But to be honest, if you're not a doll collector and you're not in the doll community and you don't, role play with your dolls, I remember coming on and looking about how to seal a nipple for a bottle and seeing all these women on YouTube.
Dude, this chick is
doing
whacked
dolls with a bottle. It looked a little weird. It felt embarrassing. Do you all remember feeling that way? Because many of you I know have been here for, many years, a long time. And to those of you that haven't, or those of you that haven't seen this before, maybe a little shocked right now, again, there's an off button. You can tune out if it's offensive to you. And if you're a regular viewer of mine and this is very offensive to you, it's, no hard.
Let me just say, I need to put those disclaimers on my videos. Definitely need to use those disclaimers on my videos. If you find me offensive, then tune out. If you don't like me, change the channel.
Feelings if you don't, want to be in here. So after the initial kind of weirdness wore off, I said to myself, well, so many women enjoy role playing with their dolls and feeding them with the bottle. That's something that I do. And I usually do not do it in private. I feed my dolls their bottle on a video for you all. I do a feeding video and I chat, just like I'm doing now. Yeah, that's what I do. So I said to myself, women that have exclusively breastfed their children, that's going to be the natural way, perhaps, that they might want to role play. And I think that, part of it is the stigma here in the US of our bodies, being shamed.
I like her. I really like her. Her voice is like, you can get used to it. Yeah, the video's got like 50,000 views.
Of our bodies, them being viewed as only sexual, etc., etc. I don't have that view. I don't think we should be ashamed of our bodies. I certainly think, as far as the woman, the breasts are there to feed a child, and it's a beautiful and natural thing. So if we role play and simulate bottle feeding, what would be any different than simulating breastfeeding, the most natural way to feed your child? Not only is it spreading awareness for breastfeeding, it's just helping women. That it was very interesting in the live stream, which is why I brought it up in the live stream, to interact with you all. And we'll do that in the comments here, because many more of you will see this video, perhaps that saw the live stream. Let me take this hat off a little more and let you see his painted hair. So okay, somebody brought up, and I don't even remember, it's irrelevant, but somebody brought up, perhaps, women that couldn't have children or lost a child and didn't get to have the experience of breastfeeding, that might be something, important to them, etc. And I 100% agree with that. I don't think we should feel weird about breastfeeding real babies or role playing and simulating breastfeeding when we role play and simulate everything else and we try to do the most realistic things. Personally, this doesn't feel weird to me. This feels very natural to me, just like when I hold the babies up against my chest, or I'm holding them close and feeding them a bottle. In fact, this feels more natural to me standing here talking to you all than fiddling with the bottle and feeding the baby the bottle. That's just me. So I went from thinking, well, that's not for me because, you know, I thought it was more out there, to, hey, I don't mind this at all. And it actually feels more natural to me than bottle feeding. Am I going to stand here in every video and, you know, be breastfeeding a doll? No, because I don't stand here in every video feeding a bottle either. And I am, of course, curious to see how many of you all find this accepting, will still enjoy the video and the chat, or are so, you know, appalled and whatever. Again, this has nothing to do with shock and awe, or you know, something that should be shameful. And you know, y'all know me, I often think of others, and honestly, it's something where if I can make women feel more comfortable with their bodies, with themselves, with their role play and their doll collecting, and feel not ashamed and not hiding out role playing and pretending to feed your doll, breastfeed your doll, change your doll, whatever you're gonna do, that's, to me, good. It's nice. So anyways, this little guy kind of fits perfect right here. I tried several of my dolls. I photographed breastfeeding several of my dolls. Oop, we don't want to smother you. And this is the normal thing that a woman would be doing, feeding, especially a baby this small. You keep checking and make sure you're not smothering them, and you know, you're moving them around a little bit and touching their head and face, kind of stimulating them to suck and wake up. And so it's just like a natural, I don't know, it just, try it, ladies, you know, try it in private, try it, and you know, see how you feel. Come and let me know in the comments if you feel so like, oh gosh, no, I can't try that. Let me know in the comments if you think it's awful and terrible and oh my gosh that I've done this. Leave it in the comments. Heck, let me know. But I hope to all of you women that are open-minded, that do enjoy the bottle feeding role play, that you might be perhaps a little more open to this. Yes, normally if I was going to be breastfeeding a baby in public, like, you know, in the mall on a bench or something, I would probably be, you know, a little more, but it's hot out. I don't think I would be any more covered than it, honestly. I mean, that's just how I did things. And you know, you don't see anything more than this in a woman sitting here in a swimsuit. I mean, it's so silly to, okay, so there's a baby on the boob. It's a boob. We've all seen a few in life. I mean, you know, get over it, right? And again, if it's something that you're not okay with, that's okay too. Then don't watch. You know, that's what I'm saying by get over it, is, you know, then don't watch. If it makes you uncomfortable, don't watch. To me, as you can probably see and hear, I'm perfectly comfortable. I'm probably gonna want to crawl in a hole when I actually post this. Let me give the baby a burp, and of course I am going to just turn for a moment while I let Gideon up off a boob. And yeah, we'll go ahead and give him a little burp. There we go. You know, because I don't want YouTube to flag this, and you all probably seen enough, right? I think. Let me put his hospital hat back on too. I think that his hospital hat is so adorable. Like with the painted hair, I just love the look of this. And voila! Well, little one. Oh, you're so tiny and precious. Ooh, what do you all think of little Gideon too? If you've never met him, if you came over just to see this woman breastfeeding a doll. Again, ladies, it's just kind of, to make a point in that we, we sit and do, a bottle feeding, and, there's breastfeeding is perfectly natural, and I don't think anybody should be ashamed to do that either, whether it be in videos, pictures, or private, as long as you're being tasteful about, I wouldn't sit there in the nude and, hopefully I'm making sense to you all. Anyway, I'm not going to make this terribly long and go on and on. I'm trying to think of what other points I wanted to make. There was a lot of great talk in the live stream. There was a lot of great points that public, when you're breastfeeding a real baby and yada yada yada. And they do have, you can just simply, put a blanket over, like I had in the beginning. But like I said, I was kind of more making a point. And for me, in watching, if I was watching someone doing a role play video of breastfeeding their reborn, I would enjoy to be able to just see it a little more, because anybody can just kind of stand there and go like this and say, I'm breastfeeding my doll. You know what I'm saying? It's just as you can go like that and, see, it's when you see it, the simulation, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? The visual is always nice. So now he's taking some bottle, but not well. I guess he's used to the good stuff, right? Anyways, I'm sure I'm gonna get a ton of comments on this. Just please keep it respectful. I did this for, for a reason. I said I was going to. I did it because, to put out there that I feel like it's okay, and women shouldn't be ashamed. Certainly, of course, not to breastfeed a real child anywhere, and certainly not our reborns either. There are women that can't have children or couldn't breastfeed for one reason or another, that missed out on that. Part of having these dolls is a therapy for them and us. It's part of it. They are amazing works of art, but any of us collectors that also appreciate the features and the realism parts for role play, and that we do feed them, hold them, change them, that sort of thing, talk to them, pretend that they're real, take the photographs and realistic poses and things like that. There's no reason why these women shouldn't miss out on the most natural thing to do with a baby. One of them, you all know what I'm saying. So that was my point. I hope you all enjoyed it. I may do it again sometime. It was equally enjoyable, if not more, for me doing my chatting and feeding videos. Actually getting the chance to breastfeed this little guy, as opposed to, bottle feeding him. Each of my kids I breastfed at a certain point. I talked about that in the live stream, my 4 children, but I was not able to exclusively breastfeed for a length of time. So it was, not exclusive, put it that way. But I did get the chance, and of course it's it was preferable for me, except for the fact, of course, when you would like someone else to take over and feed them, a husband or, you know, someone to, you know, get up and do a night feeding. Of course, you could pump, you could put, but that's now a whole other project that takes time when you have a newborn baby. Y'all know it's difficult. It's a struggle. It's just nice if you can just breastfeed and everything goes smoothly and da 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 da. But anyway, so to all of you that, you know, just felt like that's something you might want to try or whatever, go for it. Let me know how it goes. All right. And to everyone else, we, you know, talked about this. I'm gonna, either you'll have seen my pictures on Instagram already, or they will be going up. I hope everyone enjoys them as well. I of course tried to be tasteful as well as realistic, and I had fun. I just had fun trying it out and taking the pictures, and that's what this is all about. It's a hobby that is all about having fun, and you know, the focal point, you know, is the realism of these dolls and experiencing them in real ways. We buy real baby clothes, we buy real diapers, we buy real stroller, we do everything real. So all right, I'm beating a dead horse. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, please Hi everybody, Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back. To everybody new, hello and welcome. So today you're looking at Stellan. Yeah, you haven't seen this little bub in a while. Stellan is my Levi sculpt by Bonnie Brown. So I'm gonna get Stellan changed into these cute little PJs. I thought that they were kind of summery, I guess. They're in like a vanilla white, and they have little birds all over them. The beginning, or just bought from, no longer allowed to share with you all what collectors, high-end clothes after high-end clothes happen, and look for sales and deals. So I felt like it was worth me talking about, because I know that a lot of people know I'm like the queen of thrift over here. And you know, I'm new in a way, but I'm still like, I don't know. I think people realize and remember that, you know, kind of where I started, and then I'm kind of on, you know, both sides, and not all my dolls are all high and things like that. So I have to, you know, love the doll and double standards. And I was unable to do a lot of the hobbies and things that I you know, used to do. And that just includes when you're spending money on things. So yeah, if I wasn't collecting the dolls and I was still physically able to do the things that I used to do, maybe I would want to spend thousands of dollars on a new boat, or a wave runner, or you know, something, you know, a motorcycle.
I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me, but if I saw those things like creeping out at me, I'd be freaked out. I'd be totally freaked out. Like, the babies look like they're dead. Like, I couldn't look at that. And I have 3 kids. I could not look at that all day. It reminds me of a baby that's dead. Shut up, Bad Wolf. You know, heck, a ride on tractor to mow my lawn. I mean, like, there's a gazillion things that I could think of that, you know, I would probably be more focused on spending if this was, you know,
5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Physically, I can't. So I feel very blessed that I found something that I enjoy and that I can, treat myself. And you all see how much fun that I have here. So why should I be left out? Why should I get picked on and have people's nose into, what I'm spending and what I'm doing, or being accused of being a mean girl, or just showing off? And I'd love to know the difference, where there's a difference, where that line happens, where, like I said, should collectors just say, oh, well, now I'm to a certain point and I've bought a certain, spent a certain amount, so now I can't share my clothing hauls anymore, and I can't share my dolls and my box openings and how much I love them because I'm gonna get picked on? I mean, like, just think about things, folks, because I know sometimes people get kind of caught up and whether they already have feelings towards certain collectors, so they just, they fabricate that in their heads. They, make, like, again, they make assumptions. They, things that collectors say will be taken at, get taken out of context, and then rumors go around, oh, this high-end collector said, this, that, or the other thing, and meanwhile they were like talking about something totally different, but it's twisted for an agenda, and the agenda is to bully ladies here, and these are, most of the time you see that the collectors with higher end dolls and clothes have been here many years. They are seasoned, and and create a posse of, people that are haters. I mean,
I swear that baby just moved his eyes.
Come on, folks. Look at these precious, absolutely, like, these babies capture the most innocent, place in life. And, they capture such peace and such innocence. And, we talk all the time as collectors, reborn and silicone mummies and daddies, the deep connections that we have and how emotional that this hobby really is. And it is. And most of you that, collect understands that. So why do you want to try to spoil things for people? Why do you want to single out a certain group of people simply because of what they're spending or what they're sharing on their YouTube channel? Why not just not watch if it's boring to you? If it's boring to you and you prefer to see somebody,
intrigued.
Showing budget babies and all that, because is as far as, what they want to spend on dolls. Why should that matter? It shouldn't. It certainly shouldn't matter if somebody.
Yeah, I just saw that binky move. He sucked on that binky. I saw it. See, you think he moved his head? No, seriously though, like, this baby looks like he's scared. Like he died frozen.
Somebody doesn't have a lot to spend, and we wouldn't want to ostracize those people, and we wouldn't want to push those people to the side and make videos about them and gang up on them. So why in the world would you do it in the opposite direction? What do you think it all and not personal preferences, and spend your time watching and enjoying whoever you would like? I'm not saying, oh, you've got to go give people views or do this or that, and you can't. That's not what I'm saying.
He's
at all.
breathing.
Like, please move freely about, but there's no reason to get up on a megaphone and start making accusations that aren't true, that you don't know. about, you know, other collectors here, because it, again, it's, you know, and then it causes some people that are really, you know, obsessed with certain channels and things. It causes them to, switch up into high gear. And again, people wind up getting bullied really, really badly. You know, I would love to share, like I used to, a bit more, looking up your, and it's, you know, unfortunate, and some of us would be that way anyway, but like myself, I'm very open. I really love to share with you when some shade or shit like that, like, excuse my French, but you all know what I'm saying. I mean, I am not thin skinned, like, you know, joke all you that you're putting up is being viewed by, then let live and let everybody just enjoy. All right, everyone. I hope I got through to some, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video and so you receive invites to my live streams. All right, everyone.
Ooh, she has live streams. I did the same thing, Bedwolf. I'm done being bullied. How about you? This is a girl after my own heart.
Hi, everybody. Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back. I have baby Oscar here. To those of, he's got his little octopus passy in that packaging out without even thinking, but I remember that it said Playtex. So, to all of you that want to hunt that print down, collector, she started a YouTube channel. Some of you all might recognize her as she's you know, been commenting on our channels and, you know, watching, you know, getting all her, you know, collecting tips and everything from us. And she's expecting babies, so she doesn't even have her first reborns yet, but she's expecting and she's in nesting mode. So it's so fun to watch those that are just starting out their journey, and she's like so in, you know, like I love that when you see like somebody's just really like all in and gonna be
her eyes
you know, definitely love collecting. So anyway, and Amira, I think, had a question about Gabriel, which I will answer for you all. I had lost some footage. I answered it, but I lost that footage anyway. And that was, what did my son Gabriel think of the dolls? And so many of you do know Gabriel. He's been on my channel from time to time over the years. He hasn't been on lately, but he is 12 now. And many of you know he is on the autism spectrum, but high functioning. So I think they were asking, like, maybe did he like to rock the dolls, or were they calming at all, or anything like that? And no, he doesn't have an interest in the dolls at all. He has held Oscar a couple times on my request. Like, I was like, I am a little bit as well. So I think that's great. And to those of you that didn't have, you know, several, I've been talking about as a collector and as being a YouTuber here, and, you know, having my channel is kind of just ever growing.
Nadia, I'm cracking up.
You know, I've experienced different stages. Bethany Hamilton is, and, you know, many of you know that I am in recovery. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. And I came that close, you know, to dying. And, you know, my journey began in early 2007 of recovery, in January of 2007. And, I know through the years, certainly here, sharing my story in AA and, you know.
All right, let me tell you something seriously. If the dolls keep her sober, Then fuck it. Who cares? You guys are gonna laugh at me. I like this girl. I really do. I'm not lying. I gotta take my fucking headphones off. They're annoying as hell. Ugh. I like this girl. I really like this girl. I'm not lying.
Just friends and family and talking with people, I've been able to help other people, you know, that are struggling through times that I've already that, but you're not happy with, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean, whatever you're struggling through right now, just know that I am praying for you. I pray for you all every day. You all know who you are.
There you go,
I do.
Nadia.
I pray for you every day. And I'm asking you, like, I am not bothering you in any way, unless you'd like to say my sheer existence is a problem. You know, we're all entitled to be here and to just live and let live at this point, you know, whatever issues, past issues that you disagree with me over, agree to disagree and just move on. You know, I'm not gonna play games and go back into the past and stuff. No one's doing anything to you. I'm certainly not doing anything to any of you people. You know, stop. It's enough. It's hurting people. It's hurting me. I'm a human being, and it's hurting because I feel like, you know, I feel like I have more of a purpose here. I'd like to think I have more of a purpose here than just sharing dolls and just sharing clothing. And actually somebody kind of picking on collectors, you know, the high-end collectors, and talking about, you know, them sharing, you know, box opening after box opening and clothing haul after clothing haul, and then bragging how, well, I shared my flowers and my this and my that. And I'm there thinking to myself, you know, well, some people, you know, if you
This
really
doll
think
gives
people
me
are
the
that
creeps.
awful, don't give them views, don't watch them, ignore them, and go do what you're doing. Nobody's stopping you. Seriously. Anyway, I didn't change Oscar because I got deep into. Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday. Oh, so it is my afternoon coffee break. Just got Gabe off the bus, and sorry guys, I'm just adjusting you a little bit so I'm not cutting the top of my head off. And I was out on the run all day, not like jammies, and I am, and I did, well, let me grab a baby.
Looks like me when I go to Walmart.
Well, Kenzie's sitting behind me there, but I'm gonna bring, the Twinkies and Asir on today, so just the small babies. And there is a method to my madness of chat. So here we have Benjamin. I'm sure a lot
That
of you
baby
have
looks
seen
dead.
him, but for anyone who hasn't, Benjamin is the twin bee by Bonnie Brown, and he was painted by Myra's Little Bugs. And I also have his twin sister, Twin A Berlin, who is also by Myra's Little Bugs, and they were out of her personal collection. So anybody new to my channel knows who the Twinkies are when I refer to the Twinkies, and I'll show Berlin in a moment. So, as usual, I lost my train of thought as to light up and things like that. So that set me behind, whereas, normally, by this time, you're afraid to spend, you don't know what it's going to be all about and things like that too. So, I know, that it does happen where people are just, horrified. They open the box and they're just like horrified at what they see. I didn't have that, thank goodness. These great pictures, which of course Kenzie is also from Myra and was also out of her personal collection. There's my beautiful Kenzie girl. Look at that face. I mean, she is.
Can I just tell you, she looks just like my friend's daughter. Like, that's kind of weird, and her name's Kaylee. I had to send that to her. It's kind of weird.
She did something else. And again, I mean, look at her. I love Myra's work. So I love her hair. She has human hair. I love to put it up in little pigtails and bows and play with it. And she's just so beautifully painted.
That's creepy.
And it just so, seems.
Let me get a picture of it. You guys see what I mean?
Very much the same. Okay, buddy, can you shut that door for me, though?
Right? The total is like how much money? The total is how much money, right? Because it said twins.
Yes, that's what it is. Oh, the dog's barking. And all right, guys, I'm going to have to stop this for a second and cut and paste because my son did not shut the door. The dog's now in here. I don't know. Maybe I can shush the dog out quickly. Come on. Come on, Chloe. Before. And the cat. Oh my goodness. All right. So the only reason why I didn't pause that, guys, is because then I have to go through KinMaster and stitch the videos together. And it takes like 45 minutes on there for the project to like export to YouTube. Like there's like 2 extra steps that I have to do. And then I can't use my phone while it's, quote, exporting the project. Like, I can't change that screen, so that becomes a bit of a hassle for me. So, excuse the interruption. I had Kenzie girl. I was talking about her. And, so basically, sorry, I was just listening to make sure my son wasn't, everything was good with him. So basically, my chats are lengthy, guys. But what I wanted to talk about was, I wanted to say, I have a new baby coming. I'm so excited. The only thing that I'm going to share is that it is a boy, and the artist and I are referring to him as the... I know, dear. I know. Thank you. As the New Year baby. So he's baby New Year. Okay. So I am super, super excited. The artist sent me a picture this morning. I almost hit the floor. I am so in love. Now I know, again, back to, I have babies coming left and right, all these beautiful babies. And I feel very blessed, for sure, that I have found babies and artists that I am so absolutely thrilled with, because it's to my understanding by, watching, other people's videos and talking to people and seeing things that, even when people do like spend a lot of money and sometimes still are not, happy most of the time they are. You know, I love watching happy box openings. I'm a box opening person. I get very emotional at my own box openings. It's so much fun. I don't know what I'm going to do after Baby New Year, because he's going to be it for, you know, probably it could be a few years. You know, definitely it's not in the cards for me to just continue adopting, but I'm a very spontaneous person, and I'm, you know, childlike in that way. Not that I'm impatient, but maybe had I been more patient in the beginning, you know, I wouldn't have, you know, jumped in and bought the babies that I now kind of have to sell. Which I did, in fact, too. That first Saskia I have, I don't know if you remember the first one. I had luck on eBay, and I was able to sell her, and I had only posted, she was never on YouTube, either of the babies that I sold, but the Phoenix by Cassie Brace that I had, and that was a beautiful baby. You know, she found a home as well. So now I have Gracelyn, the other Saskia. I have my Asher Awake, Luca, my Asher Awake. He's beautiful. I have the full-bodied silicone baby boy. And then I also have Brooklyn. Now, she was my first reborn, technically. She is the Jacob sculpt. I don't know the sculptor's name, and it's to my understanding that the artist of her was a master artist that is now retired. I have to pull out her certificate and get the name of that artist off of there. Beautifully done baby, that's for sure. But she is 3/4 limbs on that one. And again, I found my, you know, style of what I really like. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have a ton of room in my home or a ton of time on my hands. Yes, you guys see me on here a lot and I post pictures. I'm doing this, I'm stopping in between my day and things that I'm doing. And again, my home is, you know, all the kids have their bedrooms and stuff, but it's not a big house. My bedroom where I keep my babies, it's not a huge bedroom where it's like, oh, I can set up a little nursery corner across the room. It's not that way. You can probably see behind there's a laundry basket that has some babies, and then the Twinkies basket is on a dresser. Asir goes kind of here and there, and you know, I'd like to get a Moses basket, and then that can just kind of stay on the end of my bed, and I figure a Moses basket would comfortably fit the Twinkies and Asir. You know, because, you know, I want them, I mean, I have them in a protected place now, but, you know, now I have another baby coming, so, you know, I want to keep them, you know, in safe, you know, places. But again, I don't have that kind of room. If I did have, you know, a little bit larger of a room where even I could put you know, maybe a shelf or something, I don't even know, so that like my first, you know, reborn, you know, she is there's my beautiful